guys, it's Theresa here of Larkin Design, and welcome to my Kids Albums project. This is a series where I am working on albums for each of our 4 children, with the ultimate plan being that these are the albums they will take with them when they have their own home. So today I'm working on Emberlynn's album, and I wanted to create a layout about her experience in dance. She took dance from about 2010 till 2012, and these are some photos that were gifted to us by a friend. So thank you to that friend for gifting us these photos. I am working with Felicity Jane kits, and I wanted to do a pocket page layout. I think that the majority of Emberlynn's layouts will probably be pocket pages simply for the ease of design, in order to get more done as quickly as possible. I feel like I probably have a little bit to catch up with her, and I'm trying to do it kind of systematically, but I've had these photos sitting on my desk for like ever. So I'm just diving right in to her album, and this is what I wanted to start with. I will be sharing more about my process with these albums, and you can also check out what I have shared so far. There's a playlist called Kids Albums Project, and so I invite you to check out the rest of the videos where I share my thoughts on this process and what my plans are. So working with the Felicity Jane kits, I've used a combination of kits here. They're probably mostly from Zoe, Summer, and Kate. What I do is when I get my Felicity Jane kit in the mail every month, I keep that particular month's kit separate by itself so I can work with it for a while when it comes in the door. And then when the new kit comes in for the following month, I put that kit in with the rest of the kits. So I have current kit and then all my Felicity Jane kits all together. So all the pattern papers are together, all the embellishments are together, all the stamp sets are together. And so when I go looking for a product, I just have everything all together. For me, that frees me up just to use what I like and to use product. So one of the things I was particularly excited about creating this title card. You can never go wrong with black and white and a floral, right? And so it's very simple. I'm using the floral pattern paper as the background for the card, a simple white cardstock strip with the title, and then washi tape that's been wrapped around the white strip, and that is a Felicity Jane washi tape as well. Very simple, right? Very simple, very graphic, and it works, and I really loved how it turned out. I considered placing it across the bottom there, but I think in the center works out best. So that is my title card, and again, it's just so very simple, but it speaks for itself. I wanted to say I do have some of her professional photos also that we will be adding to her album along with this. So this isn't all that I'll be doing, but it is a highlight here. So this is one of the cards the 3x4 cards that I made from one of the pattern papers. And I'm just going to figure out here what I want to add to it. So a simple little label and a little stamped sentiment. And it would be really easy to add more journaling here as well. And that is the plan with some of these layouts for Addison and Emberlynn. The plan is for Alan to be able to add some journaling as well. Some of the layouts for them will be layouts that I was not there for. I think I was there for this recital, I think it was really early in our relationship. So yeah. And then here I have more black and white. Like, I am so in love with black and white right now. Thank you, Felicity Jane. I'm just done. Black and white, and I'm good. So this is an easy little filler card, right? And I really wanted to use this little label again and another stamped sentiment. And then this card sort of took a life of its own. And so I was kind of thinking about, what do I want to add to it? I went through some of my die cut ephemera. Of course, this is a great place to repeat the floral element here. You can see I have it repeated on the right hand side as well. And then I also had some of this wood ephemera and a doily. So what I'm going to end up doing here, I'm going to use one of these wood pieces to repeat sort of the horizontal element on the card, and then I'm going to cut the doily in half, and you'll see I'll use the other half on the other side, and then I'm going to put down the label and the floral die cuts and the border on top. Just a fun, really pretty filler card there. So the left hand side is done. Now what I will do, one little side note, what I will do for that flare is add it to the top of the page protector once I put it into the protector. I'll just use red line tape. You didn't see me tie that, you didn't see me adhere that down. So that's why I usually put those on the outside of the page protector. So here's where I'm going to use the other half of the doily. And so this serves as a great way to repeat an element and add a little balance to the layout here. And then it's a great way to repeat an element, and it makes that filler card easier to design, right? So this time the doily is going across the top as a little banner. I've repeated the wood grain again as well. I love that for the darker touch that it is. You guys know it's coming. These photos are a little bit dark, and so one of the ways that I always deal with that is by keeping everything light on the rest of the layout. But it is nice to have a little pop of a darker wood grain to tie those darker photos together. It's the curtains from the stage. Add a dark feeling, even though they're bright, happy photos. So, and that's okay. So over here on the right hand side, again, a combination of 3x4 cards from different kits. And here's my thought process on choosing journaling cards. First, go with the ones that have lots of white space, especially if your photos are dark. So the one I just stamped, has some lines, but the background is white. This one has a blue background, but it has a large white space here in this speech bubble, and so that's a great place to add journaling. This one also is a floral, so it repeats the floral on the left-hand side, but again, it's on a white background. And then the color here in this row is in the coral colored or coral pinkish colored filler card that has the quote on it. And notice where that coral colored card is located opposite the coral colored card in the lower right hand corner. And again, that's a balance. One thing that did happen in this layout, and I think this is probably intrinsic in dealing with or in working with Felicity Jane, it tends to shift a little bit from more pink to more coral. And it's really genius, actually, and I love it because when you look at this overall, it's all tied together by the pinks and by the corals and by the turquoise. So nothing is out of place here. But there is a general slide in the coral direction from left to right. I'm okay with that. And of course the photos, right? The colors in the photos echo those colors as well. So I'm working here with this card on the lower right hand corner. And I began with the chevron pattern for the background. And then here I'm going to stamp a sentiment to use within this little frame. And so for some reason I could not get the pressure right when I was inking this stamp. So it took me a couple of tries. And I realized that it was because I was trying to get the ink on the stamp on that photo. And so as soon as I put it on the table, then it gave me a good impression. That was all that was. So once I have that stamped, then I'm going to adhere the chipboard frame and then cut it out. And so this becomes the basis for the embellishing of this card. And I'm also adding a floral embellish or a floral die cut. And then a couple of these little tiny puffy stickers. They're so tiny and I love them so much. But they add a great little look of confetti, which I think is perfect for a dance layout. And with the confetti, then I think this layout is done. So I'm going to wrap everything up. I hope that you will like and comment and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more kids layouts. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.